Hello everyone. Good afternoon, UK. Good morning, good evening in other parts of the world, wherever you are watching at the moment. Welcome to my business page. This is Live with Scene. Welcome, and this is the day 17 of Live with Scene. I'm sharing with you how are we going to apply gratitude in our life, how are we going to use gratitude in our everyday life. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful time so far. It's midday here in UK and it's one of the hottest temperatures so far, and summer is definitely in. And I'm sure a lot of people are outside, they're in the park or at the beach enjoying the weather. But if you happen to be watching right now, you're very much welcome, and I would like to hear your thoughts. You can write your comments on the message box. You can make any feedbacks if you're enjoying this, if you're getting bored with this, anything. You're welcome to write your thoughts. And if you want to greet me, I will greet you back once I catch up with you. Or if you're watching on a replay, you can write replay and then I'll get back to you once this live is finished. I've been sharing this live, these gratitude practices for everyone, just a reminder, sharing a value to you to remind you that we can still practice gratitude in everyday life, no matter where we are, no matter what life are we going through. And this is just to make sure that everyone is having a good time. And if you're undergoing some difficulties at the moment, you can practice this and make your life turn around, and you can turn your life into a magical one. So today's magical practice is it's all about relationships. This is a little bit sensitive to tackle, but this topic says magically heal your relationships. So there will be, I'm sure most of us had been going through or had gone through certain degree of difficulties in our relationships. It doesn't matter if it is a relationship with your parents, with your husband, your wife, relationship with your friends, relationship with your siblings, with your kids. When it comes to relationships, everything is covered. So how are we going to heal, magically heal our relationships? So listen to this and stay tuned with me. So if you have a difficult or broken relationships, and say you're suffering with brokenheartedness, or hold any resentment, or blaming somebody, blaming other people for anything, it could be anything, you can change this with just practicing magical gratitude. Gratitude will magically improve any difficult relationships, whether that person, as I have said, is your husband, your friend, anyone, your colleague, anyone that you had been having a relationship with, your mother-in-law, friend, neighbor. When we are faced with difficult relationship or challenging situation, admit it, most of us, the last thing that we do is to be grateful for that person, for the other person. Mostly the tendency is we're having this blaming emotion or blaming thing that we always do. So instead of being grateful for the other person, of course, if you're upset, if you are having a bad relationship with this person, then the first thing you need to do is to blame him for what's happening with the relationship. We're busy blaming the other person for the problems we are having with them. And that means that if you're blaming somebody, you don't have any gratitude in you, not even a shred of gratitude within you. And it's never going to make your life even better. So in fact, the more you blame, the worse the relationship gets, and the worse your life gets. So that's true. The more you blame, the more the relationship will turn into. The worse the relationship will turn into. So this relationship could be a current relationship, or it could be a past relationship. If you practice gratitude, all of these bad feelings, if you're harboring bad feelings with anybody, all of these bad feelings will be eliminated. It will be removed. So why do we want these bad feelings to be removed? Why is it not healthy for us to harbor any bad feelings to other person? You know, bad feelings can burn anybody's life. Whether we admit it or not, bad feelings, if we harbor any bad feelings or any resentment with somebody else, it will actually burn our life. But the good thing is, gratitude will eliminate this. So what are the examples that you can, examples of difficult relationships that you can have? Say if you're suffering with a broken heart, you're having grief due to a relationship having ended. You can use magical power to transform your pain. You can use the magical power of gratitude to transform the grief that you are feeling if you're having this broken relationship. The author of this book had used a story of her mother who had used the magical power of gratitude. So this relationship is also applicable to those people who had lost loved ones. Her mother fell in love with her father virtually by love at first sight. And to make the story short, they had a very nice, beautiful, blissful marriage. And then, when her father died, her mother, understandably, suffered from emotional grief. So after months of suffering, she began using the magical power of gratitude. And despite her immense grief and pain, she looked for things to be grateful for. So she began with the past, and she recalled all the wonderful things of happiness she had received through the decades with her father. And then after that, she took the next step. The next big step, she looked for things to be grateful for in the future. So the first thing she did was look for the past, look for all the great things that had happened with them in the past. And then after that, she looked for all the things that she can be grateful for in the future. So one by one, she found them. She found or remembered things she had always wanted to do in her life with her father when her father was alive. And with this courageous step of gratitude, opportunities fulfilled her dreams magically and poured in. And her life became rich with happiness again. So instead of grieving when her husband died, she turned her grieving into happiness. She had to find the future. She had to find happiness in the future and forget about the pain. It is painful. We cannot deny that. But instead of harboring on the pain and the grief, she turned her life the other way around by using the magical power of gratitude. And look for all the great things that she could be grateful for when her husband had already gone. So for today's magical practice, we have to look for a hot coal that is burning in our life. Anything that's burning in our life. It could be a brokenheartedness. It could be something, a relationship that's not working, a relationship that has ended, a relationship with, a rough relationship with your family. Choose anything. Choose one difficult, problematic relationship that you want to improve. It doesn't matter if the person is still in your life or if the person is already in the past or if the person is already gone. So you have to sit down and list of all the things that you are grateful for in that relationship. You can start in the past where you're still with this person, where you're still having the relationship. List of all the things you are grateful for, all the things that you have, all the good things that you had received from that relationship. And the easiest way to do that is to think back the way the things were before the relationship ended or deteriorated. If the relationship was never good, then think hard about any good qualities in the person because they are there. And take note, this is not about who is the right one and who is the wrong. It is all about, no matter how you feel with other person, no matter how bad this person has done to you, no matter how difficult the relationship was or the relationship is at the moment, the good thing is you can magically heal the relationship using the magic power of gratitude. And that is what you're going to do. You have to sit down and address this to the person and make a 10 list of all the things you're grateful for with this person, about the person's quality, about what she had given you, what you had received from the relationship, all the good things, instead of harboring with the pain or thinking of all the bad things that this person had done to you. For example, if the marriage had ended, you can say, Paul, I am grateful for our time together while our marriage did end. I learned a lot, and so I am much wiser today. And I use what I had learned from our marriage in many of my relationships today. So that's one thing to be grateful for. If they have kids, then you have say, Paul, I am grateful to you for our children. The joy I receive from the everyday could not be without you. So you can do that, and so on and so forth, until you reach the 10 great things that you are really grateful for. And when you are finished with all this list of 10 things, I'm sure you should really feel much better. You will feel much better with the other person. Instead of feeling bad about the person, you're going to feel happy. Or you could probably feel relieved that the relationship turned that way. The ultimate point you want to reach is where you don't have any bad feelings toward the person anymore. So that's your ultimate goal. No more bad feelings toward the other person, because it's your life that is harmed by those feelings. Every relationship is different. And if need be, you may choose to repeat this magical practice over and over again, or for several days, until you reach the point where you don't have any more bad feelings, or you feel happiness in your life, and you're ready to accept what's happened, and you're ready to look into the future differently. So that's it. In the future, if a relationship becomes challenging, remember to use the magical practice immediately. You will stop the difficulties before they get any bigger. Instead, you will increase the magic in the relationship. So there are no hard relationships. There are no difficult relationships if you will practice gratitude the right way. I'm sure everyone will want to do this. This is another very powerful, magical gratitude applications in our life. Relationships are really, as I have said earlier on, this is a sensitive topic to talk about, but if you will practice this, then give it a go. Give it a try. And you never know, you will find gold. If you're actually treading on a hot burning coal in your life, if you practice this magical gratitude, you will find a nugget of gold instead. Your life will turn into a magical gold, into a magic relationship. So that's it for today, folks. Thank you for staying and watching. And I hope you will stay again. You will tune in again with me tomorrow with another magical practice. And I wish that these magical practices is already working in your life right now. There are so many ways that we can practice magical gratitude in our life. And if you try one of each, then that's good for you. And tomorrow I will see you again. And I wish everyone a wonderful and lovely day. The day is still young. Enjoy every bit of it. And God bless everyone. I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.